And good morning. Today, get straight into a quick review of Minbos resources. Finally, it's come to life in terms of communication. We've got the CEO, Lindsay Reed, putting out interviews, attending very important events where he's speaking to the investment community and putting out updates of the project, um, which is a good thing. But I think it's very important to be balanced in this particular discussion. So first and foremost, based on the discussions that I've had and exchanges that I've seen with other investors, there are concerns, there are disappointments in the pace with which the project has gone, expectations that were set and then not met. So I think from my perspective, that's a key thing. It's setting expectations, setting timelines, and then sticking to those timelines. That is definitely going to be accretive and it's going to drive price appreciation. Conversely, if you set expectations and it goes the other way, then I think you get definitely the opposite sort of result. But anyway, we'll get into this a little bit more. As you can see, so far, investors are not perhaps buying versus those that are selling. So you have over the last year a price depreciation in the share price, and perhaps one could also point to the recent capital raise, which was at 7 cents, but we're obviously well below that. And this is, as I say, the phrase in the short term, share price is a voting machine, and in the long term, it's a weighing machine. So right now, I think, we've got the voting machine giving an indication of how investors currently feel about the way things have gone. Nevertheless, let's just update on the project. Just put the financials up here again. We've got a project, a phase one, the Cabinda Phosphate project of well over $200 million NPV estimate. Current market cap is, under 50 Australian. So you've got quite a bit of upside there on a valuation perspective. What is interesting is that we continue to receive additional news on improvements to the DFS, reductions in capex, bringing some output and sales forwards. I think this is all kind of value additive to the project, definitely on paper. But what we do need to see are timescales being met, and I think that's absolutely key now. What investors are looking at is clarity. So first and foremost, the additional financing that's required, clarity on that financing, what form that financing will take, and from whom. I think that's what investors are looking for. And secondly, timelines. I mean, move this into construction, and there's some great news in the background. New locations, lower costs, support from local banks or government or other agencies, a potential upgrade earlier in the project's life to a stage 2 production for relatively minimal capex compared to what was there originally. All of these things are really good on paper, but I think investors want to see progress, more progress on the ground, which is understandable. And last point I'll make on this, very short one today, but last point I'll make on this, when you're starting a new venture and it comes to practical implementation, it's never straightforward. I understand that, and timelines change, plans change, improvements come, and with hindsight, sometimes you are in a state of appreciation that, hey, it's good we didn't go ahead this particular year because we wouldn't have gained these benefits, but now in the long term, um, we're benefiting. Those things happen, and it's one can only look at those kind of looking at the past. But I think in terms of a project, in terms of the macroeconomic factors, in terms of the country, in terms of where the project is currently at, the economics, the upside, there are a number of factors in place. So um, I'm really still kind of bullish on the project. I'm bullish on what it contributes to. I mean, the food security and um, more independence for the Angolan economy and socioeconomic development. I think those are great. So it's a really worthwhile project to get moving forwards. And this is make or break for me, in my perspective, and that is these coming weeks and months, we need to see progress and we need to see commitments or guidance being met that is put out from the company itself. I think that's all we need to see is, okay, we need this much money, and this is the form of the money, um, and we need this timeline, and at these gates and these stages, you know, part A, part B, part C, until eventually we're into planting and production by the end of 2025, which is what the latest guidance is. So you can have a look at their latest presentation. There's interviews with Crux. There's recently been an event at One-to-One Mining. All of this is available. Take a look, see what you think. But based upon the comments and discussions I've had with others, really it now is funding, clarity, timeline, moving forwards. And if those things start to happen, I think we should see a steady increase in value, because this is a near-term production company. So it's exciting times. Short one today. Have a ponder. Let me know what you think about Minbos Resources. I'm still committed. Even at the slightly higher share price, I did increase my holding by 10%. So let's see what happens.